Okay, so today I've got three tablets. I've got one that does power on, but it's got a home button issue. My home button doesn't activate, but it does indeed power on. I've got another tablet, and this tablet, what the issue is the power button. So this one does power on as well. Our home button works, but our power button is having issues. And then also they say they're having issues with their speakers. So we can take a look at that. And then lastly, we've got another one that doesn't power on at all. I've got my dock flex test plugged in. We're going to test charging port. And if it's not charging port, we're going to replace battery. So let's just go ahead and get started. So I'll start here with my power button, because my power button should be pretty easy to fix. I already went ahead and opened the screen. And as soon as you open this thing up, you can see exactly what our issue is. Let me grab some tweezers. What we have is, because this one, I can look at it and see that it's been opened before. We've got super glue on the edges, and not the normal adhesive that comes on a tablet screen. Or here it is actually right here. But we do have super glue all around. So this one to open up was a little difficult. But what we have is super glue on our power button. And the super glue on our power button has pulled it out of place. Good thing it didn't rip our power button cable or our home button cable. Good thing it didn't rip our home button cable. So I guess what I'll do is add a little alcohol, try to pull this up without ripping the cable, try to separate the super glue, which I've done successfully. And let me at least see if it can work. If I click the button. Okay, so it still does work, it's just out of place. That's our issue. So if it was as simple as just putting it back in, now that it's not being pulled on by super glue anymore, that would be really fun and simple, especially because this little frame here is still glued down too. The difficult part is just getting it to sit in place. But it is clicking. So let me see if I closed it up. Turn it off. I press this home button and get the power on consistently. All right, so this one looks good. What I think I'll do, uh, just for good measure, is add some super glue here, because this side seems to be coming up a little bit. This side is perfectly fine. And then you can feel it. Like when you press the home button, you can feel that this left side here on this side is kind of, it's looser than the other. So this one is good. We'll just get some super glue, put it here, and I'll send it back. So this is a functioning iPad. All right, let's move on. So usually what I like to do is I like to add a little heat. My air is on 99. My heat is on 340, which could be seen as a little high, but we don't need this battery, and I want to take it out as soon as possible. I want it to come out. I want it to come out rather quickly, so let's blast it. So this is considered to be a successful battery replacement repair. This is how I wish all repairs went. Just simple, easy, straightforward, and exactly what you thought it would be. Unfortunately, they aren't all like that, but that's what makes it fun. That's what makes it fun. That's my that was my multimeter. But yeah, that's what makes it fun. Not I was I don't remember when this was. I have these memories sometimes and I don't know where they came from, but I think I was in school and there was a teacher, obviously, and she was reading a book or telling a story, or maybe it was a movie. I don't remember. It was like an older movie, maybe, or maybe an older movie, I think is what it was. And there was a criminal or like a robber or a thief or something like that. And he was maybe doing a job or something. And he passed away. He died. He passed away. So uh, he had thought he went to heaven. This guy, this criminal, he thought he went to heaven. He figured he was in heaven. He went to this place and he was doing the same thing he was doing while he was alive. He was like a criminal. He was stealing stuff, robbing people, taking stuff. Um, but not soon after, or soon after, not too much later, he realized that he could never get caught. Everything that he did, every heist that he did, it was successful. He never got caught. He could steal whatever he wanted for eternity. And then he realized that it was hell because it was always easy. There were never any problems like to be solved. He never had to make an adjustment. He just always won. So I say that to say this is amazing, but I don't know if I would like every repair to go like this. Maybe I like the fact that I've got this repair that I did and now it's not powering back on. Maybe that's fun to me. I don't know. But that works. Got some children here. This home button works. We just need some super glue to seal the deal. And now we're here. So what I can try with this one, because like I said, it's not powering on anymore, is to unplug the battery and plug it back in. That sometimes works. And then I'll do one better. I'll unplug battery. I'll unplug screen. I'll unplug LCD, digitizer, whatever you want to call them. And I'll plug them back in. But now I was getting a bad reading on my charging port, on my charger port. But at the same time, I don't think a bad reading on my charger port would cause it not to be able to power on. But here's the deal. When you've got no power button, to prompt it to boot when it's powered off, and you've got no charger port, then it really will never power. It won't power on, because when that power button wasn't working, I could just plug the charger and there you go. So I could say, okay, this thing does work, but power button is having a problem. Now charger port stops working. Now you really have an issue because it's like, okay, what's now what's really going on? So here we go, plugging in battery one more time. And power button still doesn't work. And nor does charger port. Okay, same issue. All right. So for this one, what I can do is I can put new charger port. That'll allow it to prompt to boot, or I can replace a power button. That'll allow it to prompt to boot. But I think in the end, we'll end up just replacing both. I did with speakers already, and then maybe this will be a fully functional tablet, iPad as well. So today we were 2 for 3 on camera. We'll be 3 for 3 later, but on camera, 2 for 3. Hey, if you liked the video, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. You guys have a great rest of your day.